I'm just gonna talk like it is.
Yeah. We're good. We're good. Alright, I'm just getting some stuff pulled up. Alright, we are finally live here. We have Strafe versus ASAP. Captains 808 versus True Sergeant. We are in week six on Farmhouse West. I am joined by Vapor, like always.
What's up, boys? It's me, Vapor.
Back again. Alright, we're gonna watch Salsa start off round 1 of the pistol round.
So, for anyone that's new,
No, I can't!
basically this
Get
map
down!
starts off, or comp matches start off with a pistol round to determine the side. The higher seed gets to choose.
Salsa getting the early frag on the Gerbs, Shell getting the frag on the Cloud. We're in a 5v3 already. Rampage trying to get the flank to A to see if he can spawn up his team. Maybe as we have a stale, losing. Back to a stale on to B.
ASAP's collapsing on B. They got all their players there. But Gearbox is actually a really nice flank right now to see.
Rampage top mid getting Salsa. 808 getting started. FNS is clearing now with Dankster on here. So 1v2 does go down as we see Juicebox outside the map.
To get on this flank. He needed to be quicker.
He's going to be in a rough spot as Finesse tries to go for the challenge, knowing he's going to come up to C any second. And Juicebox finally getting on, giving FNS the knowledge that he's on C, as they are at 25% on B currently. Finesse taking his time.
Juicebox does not know FNS is there, so FNS is probably going to sneak up and maybe get a cheeky kill here.
Well, he sees the stalemate. He knows he's opposite.
Juicebox has to kill him right now, or this round's going to go the way of ASAP.
He's got to move. Finesse holding that corner. It might have the advantage here. We'll see as they're about to meet each other around this corner.
ASAP capture Bravo, so there's 5 up for the insurgent side.
Juicebox gain the frag on the FNS. If he can hold it for 50% more, this team might have a chance. But we see 3 of them creeping up the other side of C. Wow, making his way up. He's going to make an anti-gun fight against Juicebox. Does tag him. Doesn't take him down. Juicebox gets one. Gets 2. Here's a stalemate. Has to reload. Can Juicebox get the 4th kill? Oh. Does go down to Cloud with help of Gerbs.
That was a really good round by Juicebox there, except it should have started 30 seconds earlier.
Yeah, if he would have been there sooner, it would have been a lot different. So we'll see which side they take. It's been interesting seeing which side was stronger. I think before this week, people believed Insurgents was stronger, but we've seen some security sides throughout the scrims and pugs this week. So they, like always, take Insurgent side first. We should be seeing a server reset any second. There it is.
With a lot of these maps, it doesn't come with the way the skill gaps are in the scene right now. It usually comes down to which team has the better setups and like just fragging ability. So it really doesn't matter what side map you start on. If you're probably going to dominate on whichever side you start on if you're the better team that day on this map. That's kind of what it seems. It seems like there's not a ton of close maps on this game, or a lot of close games on this map that I've seen this week so far during practices.
Yeah, they seem to be landslides either way. So we'll see. Hopefully we have a good game here, but something always happens. As we'll watch Rampage from this round, as we saw him, I believe, either last week or the week before, being in multiple 1v5 situations. So hopefully his team can stay alive a little longer, so he'll have a chance. So we would go ahead and watch him first round. As you see an SVD as his weapon of choice, or a foul, my bad.
Yeah, from what we've seen so far, Rampage has definitely been the player to watch on ASAP. He wins them a lot of rounds that they're seemingly out of. He clutches a lot. He's going to be playing over out here on C side, which is a great support position for B. He's going to try to kill the players and then flank B.
So let's take a look on a B where the action is. FNS getting Dankster. Gerbs wrapped in the corner. Knows there's a guy skinny. Actually doesn't know, as we have Shell on top. Shell doing the wrap on the kitchen from the stairs. Not sure if they're falling. Gets flank on the Gerbs. Not pushing kitchen as we have FNS still on top. Rampage on C. Sergeant sees a nade through his scope. Tries to hide it under the table. It does work. Shell tries to hop. Does get taken out by True Sergeant. But we see 808 coming to support. And Juicebox on the side pushing Rampage. 808 losing that corner fight, the True Sergeant, as Juicebox in a 1v3, about to be 1v5 at the Cat B.
He does another Gatsy, and he goes down. Yeah, it looks like Strafe just lost the gunfights there. They were in a really good position. They had early B picks, but I don't know if they overcommitted or it's just because ASAP has 4 guys on E, but there needed to be a quicker rotation or more support for their teammates or late utility there.
Yeah. We see True Sergeant doing a good job holding that kitchen side on B, getting a couple frags in there, surviving the nade. So a good round out of ASAP.
Typically teams put a player in yellow to guard the C player, but they just have Rampage sitting on C playing super passive, playing for himself kind of, which is odd because he's not using that position to really support B as much as most teams do. But ASAP is just overwhelming B with numbers, and Strafe is taking these long flanks around the map on both sides, so 2 of these players aren't even in the match for the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, as we see a lure come out. Maybe somebody wasn't ready, but we are live again, so we're going to take a look at 808 and Heart this round. So you're getting ready for the pre-nade on the kitchen stairs. Looks like he won't get anybody here, I don't believe. Does hit the Sergeant though, but no kill there. Sergeant pushing into B as we see Dankster, I believe he's on the mid stairs, or on his chair actually B. So he's in a good spot.
He's got a really aggressive position. He sees a gun. Able to get a kill. I don't think he knows he got that kill though.
Doesn't know there's a guy top B who hasn't rotated to kill him yet.
Why not? Dankster get another kill on B. That's a great round from him. Cloud's just now, he's going for the flank. He's going to try to find him here.
Did not hear him fall. I believe he didn't make any noise. Dankster does not know where he's behind him. He's trying to push around as Cloud is wrapping the stairs. He almost crosses the window, just gets killed by Cloud with a shotgun. As the Juicebox coming up on a Rampage again, who I assume is just waiting for him. Now Shell has to push B, but they are not capping it. So he does have some time here. Juicebox and Rampage just kind of in a waiting stale. Rampage has their position if Juicebox does creep up.
The shotgun, letting Cloud down there. If he had an automatic weapon, he would have killed Shell for sure. But now we have a 1v1. I wonder if they all have their counts right. Looks like they do, because Rampage is running over to B to fight Shell here.
Shell has a great position for where Rampage is. Rampage does go top E. Getting him, let him go past Kitchen and getting to a better spot. Not sure if he's going to fall. So we're going to have a 1v1 stale on B. Not sure if Shell will lose. Shell does see him, though, and does take him out through the door onto Rampage. See that EBR very strong. So nice round out of Shell.
Nice round from Shell and Dankster there. Dankster did a really good job on B. But once it was a 3v2, and they knew there was an enemy on B, and Strafe had Juice pushing on C, and Shell was kind of just sitting on Ridge. He needed to be more aggressive there and help his teammate out. Because Cloud just ran across top B, and Shell was nowhere to be found. He should have been picking that.
It looks like Juice and Rampage are having 1v1s on C. Let's see if Juice changes up his route there, or Rampage. Nothing really changed out of him. I think Juice has to adjust, or we're going to see the same fate this round. We're going to take a look over at Shell this round. I believe he is one of their B players, looks like, as he rushes up Ridge.
808, taking that long flank around the court.
But
he does get the pre-nade on the True Sergeant, which is nice.
So we have 5v4 Shell getting on top E right away. This Cloud is on top E as well. Does miss the first shotgun blast. Just a second, just taken down by Salsa. FNS coming around on top B to try to get the refrag, which he doesn't. Shell gets the kill with 4v1 Rampage on C. This is the bad part about sitting on C. If your team does lose, he's forced into 1v4, 1v5. His first kill on a Salsa for main is more than likely called out.
Juicebox needs to move here. He knows the C player is moving around. He needs to go get on C.
Nobody's looking at him. Dankster hears him. Does get the frag onto Rampage from top E. It's a better round out of Strafe, getting all the frags right away, throwing the right nades. I just saw some 808.
808 must have not known he got that nade kill, and that's why Juice hadn't pushed yet.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But then again, look how, if you just look at the map right now, he's so far away from the rest of his team.
So he's playing passive from Rampage. Well, if they can keep playing B like that, it's not the worst thing, but we'll see. Yeah, see if Rampage changes up his position at all. If he has trust in his team to win B.
Strafe has adjusted to that B rush from the Insurgent side. They're countering it much better now. They're playing together. Shell's supporting. He's supporting from top B, which can be dangerous. But if ASAP's nades aren't good enough, they can just run and they're not playing top B. He can just run there for free, and it is a super powerful position.
That's right.
Super dangerous.
As we see Gerbs throwing the coordinate right away, trying to get better position from the street. 808 gain the frag again on the True Sergeant, so no adjustment out of True from this round.
Dangster peeked main and lost the fight to the court player, FNS. And all of a sudden, all the B players are dead, and we have 2 players on the outskirts of the map, completely separated.
808 gained the frag, but yeah, they could double a B if they choose to. Looks like they're just doing 1 right now, taking their time.
Juice is still running this long route.
Yep.
He's taking way too long.
So 808 running up the stairs, but losing the fight to Cloud and FNS. As we Juicebox in 1v3, gonna be 1v5 any second here. Doesn't quite hit the shot onto Rampage. Very hard with the 1x from that angle. I believe he tagged him. Tough spot for Juicebox. Decides if he tries to pull C or go for picks.
He's got to go for picks here. If he just goes to get on C, he's going to die.
So they're probably going to have someone at A, I would assume, as we see Cloud creeping up on there. Juicebox waiting to see if he can take his chances here. Nobody running that way, though. They did take the court, the safe court way. If he does, Rampage is sitting by the sandbags there, I believe, so we should see him here any second. So we have a corner battle again out of these 2. Rampage coming out on top with the SVD.
Yeah, Strafe is playing a very odd strategy here right now. They're playing a strategy that relies on them winning the close, random peak battles on Bravo with no support from the outskirts of the map. They're all bunched up in that one spot, and the outskirts players like 808 and Juice just aren't helping at all. They're trying to get their individual lane picks, but they're being too slow, and they're too far away to rotate and help their B players when the time arises.
So we'll see if 808 recognizes he's getting these nade kills and see if he does keep throwing it. I wonder what nade he's throwing. Oh, it looks like he is throwing the kitchen stairs nade. So we'll take a look at True Sergeant and see if he adjusts his route as he's gotten fragged the last 2 rounds in a row. It looks like he's going the same way, though, trying to get the Molotov off to block out Arch. And does back up this time. Not getting naded. We're still 5v5 as Sanctuary gets on the beat. It's already 50% cap. Does get stale, though, from kitchen stairs, look like. It's Cloud Rampage both picking up kills. We're in a 3v4 right now. Dankster's not going to this guy top E. As he's about to loop him. FNS gets a frag on a Juicebox at the top. Cloud killing Dankster as we see 808 in a 1v4.
Strafe actually did a much better job of playing support for the teammates there, Juicebox being in yellow, and 808 played closer in court. It was a much better job. But the gunfights just all went the way of ASAP there. Yeah.
Yeah, nice job on Juice, not being so far out, but just coming out of those gunfights, they are crucial. As we're 2-3 right now. Currently Rampage and FNS top fragging for their team. As we see Shell and 808 top fragging for security. So we will go and take a look at Dankster. I believe he will be running on a B this time. Either off the bridge or onto the top. He does have a frag though, so he might be going for a pre-nade. It might not be rushing in. We'll see.
Looks like he's going for the pre-nade. He's throwing it over B to try to... Wow. Yep, there's a pre-nade from FNS.
That's a downside of throwing a pre-nade. You can't slide off in time.
Yep.
But Shell and Body picking up kills.
You can't throw a nade.
It's also going to stay OB. As we see True Sergeant holding that angle on the kitchen and Skinny. And FNS coming up with the support on top E. Does not see anybody ridge. Does see him ridge now. Shell. Can he fight back and stay alive? Does retreat back down though. Leaving Salsa kind of in a 1v3, 1v2.
Shell needs to give up his life to protect Salsa here. And Juice needs to.
Salsa's losing. Can Shell go get him support? He's got to be quicker. Being pushed. Does go down by FNS though. So
Juice is getting so tunneled on the C play, man. He needs to be around his team or something. He can't just let his teammates get massacred on B like that and just stay on the outside of the map not doing anything.
So Juicebox might have heard him creeping up here. Does go for the fast peek. Here's him coming. Shit! Does get a single fire kill on the Gerbs, hopefully, and switches back to full automatic as the other guy does come up on the other side. Through the curtain. Hits him as he hears the other guy here. Does get the 1 frag on a True Sergeant. Getting 1v3. Oh, FNS does prone. And gets that drop shot on the Juicebox.
That just shows Juicebox is a very capable player. He just is not part of the match right now.
He's got to be faster on the C. Or
He
giving
needs
support
to
on
be
the B.
playing yellow or the street, the van or something, and helping his B teammates because ASAP is just they can do everything on B. They can run through court, they can run through palms, they can run across top B, they can run down the street by the van, and the B players can't, for Strafe, just can't win like that.
They have a lot of the options. So we would take a look onto our top fragger, FNS, with 11 and 2. Does have a nade in his hand, so we'll see if he's nading the rush. Is he nading skinny? What is this man doing to get all these kills? We'll see. Looks like he is nading across bridge to try to stop that rush on the B. And does skinny right away to try to get the man. 2 early frags come out of Strafe, winning a 3v5 for ASAP as FNS does push top B.
This is around the Strafe needs to close out. They've got a 5v3, and Juice is actually playing supportive and playing B, so he might be able to find an early pick on Rampage here. Or a late pick, I guess, at this point.
So Rampage picking up 808.
Knows where he is
As we
now.
see, Sergeant B does make a bad choice. Open the door. Rampage in a 1v4 does get picked by Dankster. It's a stronger round coming out for security.
Yep, if you saw, 808 played for the court rush, Juice played for the mid rush. And ASAP wasn't allowed to move as freely around B as they were before, and Strafe punished them every time they made a move. That's exactly what you have to do on this side.
Yeah, great rotations. Or great adjustments out of Strafe to come and take that round.
Now we have to see if ASAP will adjust, because they were just overwhelming B with numbers and pushing across everything and flanking everything. So now if Strafe is playing this way, they're going to have to play more passive and look for the picks earlier before they crash down on B.
So let's see if they adjust. Let's watch FNS, see if he does the same thing he did last round, which was the nade and then the passive top B. He does not have his nade out. See, he might adjust by being more aggressive here. Just kidding. Here comes the nade again. We might have a deja vu round. Just kidding. He's back to his gun.
He's watching the skinny rush here.
Neglects the nade, but does want to watch skinny. Let's get hit by the nade, does not go down. Here comes the nade, though, as we have guys on B. Does nade skinny. Will Salsa go down to it? They both hop in offense, avoiding the nade. Will he get the refrag onto Arch? Salsa does hopping out the window.
Salsa there.
As we now are capping, as we have Cloud on top of B. Nobody's on B for them. Gerbs on kitchen stairs, Cloud on top B. They are going to cap B. They should prime it, though. No one is dead.
Oh, that's a bad cap
onto it. But they do get the frags they needed. Strong round out of Strafe. Nobody dying, even with the power cap.
If you press tab right now, you can see the difference in Strafe setup now than before. Look how centralized they are on B, and look how everyone can help everyone here.
Yeah, great adjustment out of them. As we have 808 over here in court, and I believe that probably would have been Juice mid-street.
Yeah. ASAP didn't seem to adjust, though, there. They ran their same old setup, just having a million people around B and just running into guns. They're not really changing their nades up as much. They're not really playing different spots to pick those counters. They're just running at B still.
Look at, they decided to lower the triple stack of guys. Interesting, but that did not work. They are back to a double stack, I believe. Interesting turn of events over here on the Surgeon side. We'll see if that does slow them down.
Ready.
Esports ready. So FNS getting shut down a couple rounds in a row. So we're actually going to look at him again. I want to see if he changed up his stuff because they need him as a power fragger. But him being passive has not worked the past couple rounds.
Yeah, I'm not sure if FNS is actually on their roster or not, but he has been pugging lately. He's an old sorcerer guy, so definitely talented. Just fairly new when it comes to Sandstorming.
FNF choosing to be passive as they do get set up on B. Dankster holding the top, gets a frag through the wall on top B, on the Cloud. FNS, or Gerbs is pushing kitchen stairs now. Is losing B as FNS. Here comes the support from top B. As they are kind of closing in, Druce watching mid-street. Here's Rampage flanking. As Gerbs gets a frag on a Salsa and is stale now. 808 needs to be quicker to go
stay
help.
alive while 808 flanks this. 808 could win the round right here if he does a good flank. Dankster just needs to be alive. He does not need to peek this.
Shoesbox smells out Rampage flanking A as we have a 2v2 on B. 808 getting a frag on the Gerbs. FNS is now in a 1v2 on B. His first frag onto Dankster. I don't know if he hears the guy main or top B, but they have time here to 2v1. Does get the kill from top B. 808 with the CQBR, showing the flanker class for security being viable.
Much better there. 808 made that flank, and that was really what he needed. That was perfect timing.
great job out of Juicebox as we saw him mid-street slowly whiffing out Rampage as he tried to flank all the way to A. So good job that man using his ear to get that kill. As we have strong security side so far out of Strafe. There are 5 rounds, which is generally pretty good if you are on a bad side of the map.
Yeah, typically on security side on this map, you want to get at least 4. Because it is slightly tilted in the Insurgent's favor. It's not very heavy from what I've seen, but it definitely can. If a team doesn't have good nades or they don't know how to avoid the nades properly, it can be very Insurgent-sided. Looks like we're switching things up a little bit. Salsa's going courtside, going for the rocks. He might be trying to pick the Palms player. No, he actually gets picked by the Palms player.
Uh-oh, Dankster getting in right away. Is capping, does get wallbang through the door from the Kitchen Stairs player.
Here's a situation where Shell and Juice need to play for C. There's no C player over there because the C player is dead, and they're both on the C side of B, and B is a lost cause at this point. They need to move to C now. It looks like Juicebox is going to do so.
Anyway, losing that corner fight. Juicebox getting on C. So can this man, he's had some 1v2s, 1v3s, and a 1v4 on C. Can he do it again for his team as they are about to cap B? He will hopefully hear them come toward him. As he hears one. Already a half cap on C. Can he narrow down where he's coming from? Which he does.
Guess is right. He's still, he saw the gun barrel, he's got to get this kill here.
He's got to run from the nade. Oh, does get naded by Rampage. Kobeing it from their spawn.
A pretty even first half here coming out from ASAP. ASAP made a much better adjustment there. They played pretty aggressive inside of B and took the fight to Dankster, so he wasn't allowed to just sit there and let all his support players kill everyone, which is a good adjustment from ASAP's part. Yeah,
them spraying through the door skinny right away was good communication. Knowing Dankster would be there and getting that frag onto him. As we switch sides now, 5-5. As we see FNS still a top fragging 13-6, and then Shell being the top fragger for Insurgents 10-6.
I went and looked it up, and FNS actually is on the ASAP roster, so it looks like he got picked up he recently got picked up to play again, which is good to see. It's good to see old players coming back from the community and embracing the Sandstorm life.
Agreed. Well, we'll see if the teams run similar setups here, with him rushing on off bridge onto B right away. Let's see if the frags come out as we see a 4-1 split for security on Insurgent side, as 808 being the only player going to court. As we see him starting having battles. They are being passive on the ridge though. And all them running past the nades. Rampage actually does get naded. We see 4 frag nades coming out. Multiple kills.
Gerbs naded himself. What's going on?
Oh,
this is a crazy round.
Gerbs actually nades himself. But we are in a 1v2. Let's see if they might not know how many kills both teams have right now, as we see Cloud not creeping up. No kill count for any team. Nobody is even on B. So 808 has time here to go to A.
Yeah, he does. If he gets on quickly, this could be a trade cap, and he could get his teammates up in time.
As they're about 25% on B, he should have time, even after they spawn, to capture A. As we see Cloud not even stepping on C yet. Nobody knows the kills right now.
Yeah, they're nervous. The counts on both of these teams are really messed up right now. ASAP had a player nade themselves, so there's no way that Strafe could know that he's dead, even if they watch their score.
Yeah. So they do get a cap on the B. Anyway, choosing not to go for the spawn caps is probably a good idea here in case you do get counter-picked. But does get a cap on A. Let's see if FNS does set up for the spawn traps, see if any of them do go around. Juicebox taking going way around actually to avoid that spawn trap. Shell thinking about creeping up as FNS does draw back.
This round will depend on 808 here. You gotta hold this.
808 gets first kill. Here's the guy under him actually. Oh, does he hear him? But does get 1 kill. As they do get the recap.
The Insurgents haven't even made it out of spawn yet. They needed to find a way out and trade each other off.
Yeah. As they're down to 40 seconds. It was still holding that as the Juicebox creeping onto the backside of C. Can he find Cloud, who's actually laying down over sandbags? Juicebox gets a frag on the kill. Shell moving up as well. Gerbs, it does go down A though, as Gerbs is retaking.
He's on his left. Shell doesn't hear him. And he goes up to C,
2 of them.
Player yellow. Shell needs to move.
He's got to make a move, yep.
He's got 10 seconds to move. C player's gonna hear him. This is gonna be impossible for Shell.
does. This is a gunfight coming on too. See in the end there. Interesting caps out of the insurgent side that shows to go really wide.
Yeah, 808 did a fantastic job there holding A and getting that cap for his team, but the Strafe was just too scared to come out of spawn. You need to have a player run out and basically bait, and the other players cover him and trade him off if he dies.
Yeah, you have to be aggressive sometimes. And that was one of those times.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough time left in the round for what they did. It's a great strategy when you have map control and you have players up, but when there's 4 people coming from spawn and your only teammates on the other side of the map, you have to be aggressive and get map control as fast as you can.
So we see a pause come out from the Strafe side, it looks like. Not sure if it's a tactical pause or someone is gone for a second. But sometimes this is a change of motivation for a team. We see this a lot in sports, and I'm sure esports as well. So hopefully we'll be back shortly. Hopefully see what these teams do. But so far, a generally close game. FNS is at 20 kills already on the 11th round, so a great game out of him.
Yeah, typically Rampage is the person that carries the ASAP team. He is usually the one that's fragging out. But FNS got put on the roster and said, "Hold up, boys, give me a double-sized backpack. Here you go, jump in." And he is hard carrying ASAP right now. Because if you look at the other scores, other than Rampage, the other players are getting beat up pretty badly.
Yeah. And definitely some serious firepower for ASAP picking up FNS. So, see if Strafe can hold them down, which they have did a little bit on the first side, but FNS having a very strong security side, picking up a lot of kills in these first couple rounds here, as we still pause. Oh, as we see someone actually leave on the Strafe team. Looks like it was Shell who looks like having some connection issues, as he's been commenting about his ping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully he can come back online. He should be back in this game any second. Hopefully his problems are fixed, so we can keep having an even match. But for now, we'll keep flying around. And hopefully, we'll be back soon.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that was only the first round for this half, because hard to really analyze anything that's happened so far. It was a pretty hectic round with all those nades at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, if all those nades don't happen, who knows what's going to happen. I'm sure both teams are going to play it pretty differently now, because getting double naded at the start is a real wake-up call to, hey, you can't run this way.
Yeah, agreed. And it's hard when you don't have your count. If you're not looking at score for getting nade kills. Nobody knows what's going on. Interesting to see them walk through the map all passively, not knowing how many kills they have. As we are live again, looks like Shell's ping is back down, which is good news. So we're going to watch her getting on the beat, going to copy right away. Actually taking damage from the nade, not going to failing the jump, hopping into skinny. Is capping right away, is seen though from the kitchen stairs holder. Gets in a great position though. Does get the frag on assault, I think, taking out Rampage. Shell getting the frag on FNS.
Looks like, yeah, Gerbs flanked all the way through courtside, ran straight past 808 and got the kill.
Holy cow. ASAP's power players are dead. So see if they can 3v4 here.
Dangster holding a tight angle on this guy in kitchen. If he moves, he's dead. 808 looking like at the same time.
ASAP need to put in work. They have their power players dead. Gerbs just sitting, knowing he's safe
Juicebox
there.
actually making a really good play here and getting on A. This is going to force ASAP to push on B.
Dangster getting the nade on the Gerbs. As the true sergeant still in office. Doesn't know where he is. Pushes the nade. Loses the frag on the Dangster. As we see Cloud actually on C, only 25%. So we'll see if they can either trade cap here or adjust to this. They need to communicate this, or this is going to go back in ASAP. Once they get FNS and Rampage back in, it is a fair round. So it looks like they are...
Strafe needs to either counter C or spawn trap here. They can't do both.
Shot going for the pick onto C. Very risky, as they're more than likely going to res their player. Dangster not going to have time to get there. This Cloud is going to barely get it.
Juicebox going to spawn trap here. He needs to get at least 2 out of the spawn, and Shellshot needs to turn around.
Cloud does get the frag on the Dangster. As we see people coming out. Juicebox looking for the spawn trap. Shellshot getting the frag from Ridge. It's two guys go court. Juicebox about to see this man turn the corner. Knows he's coming any second. Looks
Oh,
away
he looks
right
away.
when he peeks.
They're right next to each other. Oh,
What's he gonna
he's
do?
just-
Does get the
he's
one tap
throwing
onto
it out.
Rampage. As we're in a
But
3v3.
at the same time, Strafe lost all their map control. No one watched the court side, and ASAP just ran right through it. They're getting B for free here.
So they,
But Salsa's also capping C, so it looks like Strafe's just going to play AC. If Shell and Juicebox can spawn trap again, this would be an easy win.
they have a chance to play AC. If Shell does not see the guy across Palm's Arch, FNS does come up onto Salsa. Salsa does hear him, though. Is he holding the wrong staircase? Does get the cap just in time. And does win a gunfight as we two-start in a 1v1 on B.
Shell getting the tail. This is exactly what he needed to do there.
Nose Ridge does ultimately stay alive, but loses the round to Strafe.
So both teams actually adjusted really well to those early nades there. No one got naded right off the bat. Gerbs made a really aggressive play through Courtyard, and an 808 wasn't ready for him. So 808's going to have to adjust for that, or else Gerbs can just flank B and get free kills there.
Yeah, let's see if they notice that, because that was a great play out of Strafe from the start. So we will see as we will take a look on FNS, seeing if he is their rush player. I think he is their support, though, so we'll see. As we see a 2x on this man's gun. A little hard on the close range situations, but we will see.
Let's see how ASAP adjusts here. Looks like they're going finding 4 people on the left side of B here. I wonder how many of those are going to rush B. Looks like FNS is going to play side ridge.
Looks like he accidentally slides. Tanks are getting the frag on the Gerbs. FNS looks mad at the ridge because he slid off, putting him in an awkward position. Nobody on B at Shell. Doing the late ridge nade will not get a frag. The Juice Box going wide. Looks like they are trying to counter Juice, though, because they know he is flanking wide. As they aren't on B yet, now is the time to take it. They have 3 dudes in yellow, and Juice Box is still out of sight.
Juicebox is just going to run right past them to A. This C play from ASAP is going to turn into an A play from Strafe.
Holy cow. Rampage in mid-street, or Yellow still trying to get
Cloud
the look on the B.
They hear each other on A side. Cloud gets the pick on the Juicebox.
Oh, 808 getting the frag on the Surge as we hit Cloud in a 1v3. As he's under C right now. As we see 808 creeping up on A.
Insurgents are going to get a free cap here. They need to do the same exact thing they did last round, spawn trap and trade cap.
And 808 not picking up A yet. No need to. As Cloud does get the kill on a Dankster. Is called out, though.
His position is now known. That's the problem there.
Let's see if Juicebox taking the frag on him, knowing where he is. Cloud is actually staring right at him. Doesn't see him yet, though.
This passive playstyle will benefit Juice here. He just needs to sit here and hold that stairway.
Doesn't see Juice in the doorway. As Juice does get the frag on the Cloud as he tries to climb up the stairs onto C. Good patience out of Juice. Cloud just missing his legs through the door frame.
Yeah, Cloud was in a really tough situation there. He probably would have had a better experience if he would have at least gone up and baited C, because they knew he wasn't on there the whole time, so they could just watch the entrances, and that's what his ultimate downfall was.
So let's see if FNS can adjust to that sliding off the ridge and not putting him in an awkward position. But we're going to go ahead and watch Dankster, as he has seemed to be the early B player, and seeing action right away. So he's definitely warmed up by now. So we should have a good fight at the start here. Seeing if he throws a pre-nade or if he just decides to rush right in. The nade has been good, though. I believe he did get a frag kill last round, so let's see if he does throw it again, as he already has his nade out. Let's get stuck behind that rock, though. You do lose a couple seconds, throwing it really far back, but it seemed to work last round. As he does go back into Palm's Arch. No frags on anybody, so we're still in a fresh 5v5. As he is looking into main. As they are getting set up in office, though.
He's just got a lot of map control, it looks here.
Rampage is the B player this time, so they have switched up positioning. To see if that is their saving grace. Rampage still capping. Pulls out a nade for top B, I believe. Can he underhand it? He does! On to Shell. What a nade at him. Dankster does go for the losing. As he's in a 1v2 now.
This is the exact same situation that Strafe was in before. 2 of their players on the outskirts of the map, and they have a B player sitting here helpless.
Yep, so they are flanking those objectives. As Dankster is in a 1v2. Takes a bad peek on the stairs. Does hear the guy on the other side of the wall. He has to know they're both office. He cannot afford to peek this. As 808 does decide to turn back to help, as Juicebox is slowly creeping up on A. As Dankster does get the first frag on a Shoe Sergeant, he's still in his...
He dies, they snap though. 808 needs to go help him.
Yep, he's a 99% stalemate. They have to make a move. Rampage has to get the kill. Does know he's mid-stairs, making a lot of noise though. As Rampage, or 808 does about to get on, is pre-firing. Rampage misses his gun barrel.
Oh, this is a spot for Rampage now.
Does take some shots from 808. Gangster does turn the corner, so they can't decap. Cloud will cap C, though, as Juicebox is already half on A.
That was a really good bait and switch there from Strafe, but now they need to move. They need to go spawn trap.
Yep, so this comes down to which team can communicate better in this situation, as we've seen this multiple times. So Juicebox is going to get the cap on A, resing his other two teammates. Let's see if they still have to clear out B, though. So we're in a fresh 5v5. Who can communicate as Gerb is the one to take the rush onto A. Juicebox does hear him approach, though. Does get the frag on Juicebox. Gerbs will have an easy cap on A. Strafe in a bad position now.
They've actually gotten a few kills, so they're in a 4v3. Still not terrible. And back to a 3v3.
FNS hearing the guy come out there, knows he's small hard, does try to get the wall. Bang on him as we see. Anyway, in the kitchen, does see the guy main. Try to get the defrag, and they got pump darts just not. It's getting racked by FNS. Will drop down from kitchen stairs. And does not know where he is, as 808 has repositioned on the mid stairs. As Gerbs is going to fresh cap A. But that will be the round, because they will 2v3 it in overtime for the captures.
Alright, so this is actually turning out to be a really tight match. The teams are both adjusting and adjusting back to each other. This looks like it's going to go all the way right now, which is unfortunate because we have a match for Boof King versus Chief in 10 minutes.
Yes, this will be interesting. We are 7-7. Do not expect such a close game. But we'll see if Strafe can win around here, as they do unfortunately lose the last one. The FNS holding bridge and again to pick on the salsa through the arch. So we're in 45. Juice going wide again. As Shell does hold. Hits there. See the guy go off his. Can't get a shot off in time. As they are already set up on B. Rampage looking through arch. Does get the kill on the Dankster. Trying to win that peak battle. As Shell still holding that angle. Doesn't quite get the kill. Juice has to ruin it. 808 is wide as well. Biffing some shots onto that guy as Juicebox does just roll to the A. FNS knows he's going to do it from that precedent we've seen out of this man.
We're in that same situation again. Helpless B player and Strafe is on the outskirts of the map.
Juicebox avoids everybody. If Shell can hold it in kitchen, this is good for Juice, but he has to win on A. If Shell can stay alive and not be blocked by the chair, gets the shot through the chair.
They're both out of ammo on B. It looks like they're both reloading right in front of each other.
Let's go down, unfortunately. To Rampage in bathroom. We've seen an interesting round out of those teams, as we are now 8-7 in favor of ASAP.
Looks like Strafe is starting to shut down FNS on this side of the map pretty hard. He's not fragging as hard as he was, but Cloud in the meantime has picked it up a lot. Him and Rampage are kind of helping out on the carry there.
Yeah, Rampage rotating to B to add some extra firepower.
Yeah, I think Strafe needs to play closer to B here. They're giving up all the support lanes because Juicebox is wide flanking and 808's wide flanking. Instead of wide flanking, they just need to go and counter the enemy team and hold the map control and quit giving up their flanks. Or they need to be faster, one of the two.
Yep, as we see a 4-1 split or a 3-1-1 out of Strafe again, sending two guys wide. Well, actually, 808 coming in right away. 808 getting in the kitchen right away. As the dude trades some kills, we're in 44 again. Rampage not stepping on, does get the stale onto B. As they're now doubling, so 808 will be losing. Can Shell provide support? Looking in a court, not going to see anybody there. As 808 should be saying that he's losing. So Dankster does know, though, as he does approach office. As he should win this peak battle. Oh, he's right behind him. Does go down. Can he call him out, though? As the true sergeant in the corner. He should have been called out. Has not rotated since that kill, though, as now he makes some noise. Moving on to Skinny. Knows there's a guy above him, though. Does hear him, as he will try the jump.
Juicebox about to get a kill on C here. If he watches properly, he's watching the stairway. Cloud's about to creep up him.
Getting the kill on a sergeant. So now we see Cloud try to move up to C, but Juice does get him sitting in the red.
That's a much better strategy for playing passive on C's side. you're at least stopping them from getting on the objective for free, instead of just looping to A and letting them get on the C every round for free and having to do the trade cap thing.
As we see both teams talking about how close the game is. The nerves are high. The tension is there. This is fun. As we have a quick look at the scoreboard, 8-8. Top fragging being FNS on his team, 24-11, and Dankster now top fragging for Strafe, 18-14.
These are the matches you want to be on. These are the matches where both IGLs are spitting out stuff back and forth. Like, we need to change this, you need to change this, and both teams are adapting every single round and getting countered. So it's like, oh man, we just countered them, but they countered us back. We got to do something different now. It's really intense in the chat right now.
You see ASAP both throwing coordinates and rotating back to a ridge. Interesting strat, as nobody... Oh, they are now on B. It looks like we got
also might have a really good nade here on ridge.
Does go down to FNS top B. Oh, then double kill from FNS as now we are in a 3v4. As Dankster playing around mid-street trying to get the refrag on FNS. Knows he's top B. As 808 is looping the map in actually the out-of-bounds area right now, trying to get the A. Juicebox still sitting in the same spot because he did kill Cloud there last time. See if it worked again. Dankster getting the kill on FNS top B, but they are going to cap B. So 808 is pinched now as he's under some garage spot as they are guys surrounding him. Juicebox in a 1v1 on the C. Just 808 as he is pinched here. There are shots all around. Can he stay calm? Does hear the guy looping garage. Does get the attack on the True Sergeant. He is called out though. As you see, 808 can the double kill from garage. Cloud is going to rest his team again, so 808 has to pull off a miracle here.
They're capping C here though, so 808's got his... Yeah.
Does get killed from Ridge
from
FNS. Valid attempt coming out of 808. We have not seen somebody in that situation
back
yet.
And forth match here. So much for me saying that these games are stomps one way or another usually on this map.
Yeah, this is the match of the week so far, as we have seen a very close one. Close battle back and forth. Every round, it seems. I don't think there's been a 3-round lead or deficit all game.
Yeah, it's been 1-for-1 here for pretty much the entire map. Maybe a team has strung together 2 rounds, but I don't think there's ever been 3 rounds strung together at this map. Except for maybe ASAP early on. I think there's like maybe a 5-2 at some point. I don't know. Actually, no. No, I don't think there has been.
Oh, I'm not sure. Well, let's take a look onto, I believe this is, if I can get my mouse on him, True Sergeant, or whoever's pushing him out of Ridge there. Is Rampage Surge playing the kind of a late Ridge, sliding on the Ridge, retaking it back on office, has a stalemate. You see a couple kills come out. We're in a 4v4, I believe. Gerb's in the outskirts, Juicebox in the outskirts. We should have an even fight on B as we have 3v2. Salsa looking from Arch on the main, trying to get the guy creeping up Rampage. Knows he's stale, as we see 808 in a good spot in office. Does shoot out the handles to get a better angle. Can he peek him out though? As they have 2 guys on B, he's now losing the situation back to a stalemate. 808, no reason to move as Salsa does creep up main to try to get the frag onto Skinny in office.
ASAP's got the picks on the outskirts, so they're gonna move to C. So ASAP or Strafe's gonna have to get this kill.
Strafe has to win B here, as he does hear the prone. But they gotta move. Not sure if he hears the guy coming main, rotating back to office. They must be talking to each other because they do not hear the footsteps. Does get picked though as 808 is a 1v3 on a B. Does go down to Gerbs. Lots of footsteps being around them, but nobody hearing anything. Must have been some serious comms coming out, plus the gunfire does make it hard to hear.
And I really don't like this strat with Douchebox flanking around the map, man. It's putting their team in a 4v5 every round.
Yeah, we saw some strength last half when he did decide to help out from yellow on the B. They need to start closing this inside the map here. They can't have guys on the outskirts. It hurts. We saw the last 2 rounds. They had 2 guys on the outskirts, 3B. So if they don't adjust here...
Shell killed their main B support player early. That should have been free reign for Juicebox just to sit on C and just wait for their C player, because he's going to have to make a move.
Agreed.
Yeah,
so see if they adjust. 808 going wide again. And Juicebox is pushing up to yellow. Let's see if he does just try to help midstream or go wide. It's 808 coming on an easy frag onto Gerbs, as Shell hasn't gotten a bit. He's top beat safe. Rampage will hang around Skinny. Nobody touching B yet. We're in a 4v3 as Strafe does get a frag onto SNS. True Sergeant hanging around Ridge though. Does not see anybody. Rampage in a good spot. If 808 does decide push or not? Nobody has touched B yet. Juicebox is one of the Cloud does get the kill on the Juicebox, so we'll have free reign on to see if Dankster does not get the refrag or adjust. Is Rampage
like
in a stalemate? Not sure where he is. Does get fragged by the Lifeheart into office. And Dankster picking up Cloud. We are in True Sergeant on A in a 1v4.
Yeah, this is right where Strafe wants to be. Now they just have to wait for him to rotate to an objective.
Now, if they are quiet, though, here's footstep on the ridge as he does push up. Does get picked from Shell Shell top B. So hopefully their comms were good as they won the round 4-man up. Better round out of Strafe. Good positioning having Juicebox come mid and help out. Even if they'll go with him going down, him not being in the outskirts helps because they can make callouts faster and react to it. Besides being way out here, they can't react to that, but they can react to a yellow kill in time. It's a close game, this Michael OT. We are 10-9 in favor of ASAP. Strafe having the momentum, winning last round.
This game turning into a really, really good one here. This game is going to hurt. Whoever loses this game is going to have a bad night tonight. They're emotionally invested in this now. Both teams fighting for their lives here.
They are.
I think actually both of these teams are in contention for that one of those 3rd or 4th place playoff spots, so it's very important for them to get this win here.
This is on the line.
Here they go. The decider round. Are they playing OT or is ASAP going home with a victory?
As we start, we have Salsa already on kitchen window. And Rampage is in.
As he moves.
5v5. Nobody has died yet. Rampage is already in 25% cap.
Dankster actually with a really good flanker on Palms here. He might be able to get a free kill on B if he keeps going, or maybe a support.
Dankster does get flashbang though. And Juicebox getting the kill on the Cloud. 4v4. Has FNS getting the refrag on the Dankster. Juicebox booking it to A. Can Gerbs kill him in time? He does see him though, so he's called out. They need to stop the B cap. Shell is on top. He does get a frag on FNS. Salsa holding the stale. Juicebox hasn't stepped on A yet. But if they can win B, it doesn't matter. As Juicebox is held here. Gerbs now in a 1v4 on A.
They do, and this Juicebox doesn't even have to move. He knows Gerbs right below him.
This might go overtime. Gerbs has to do the impossible here and clutch this. Not gonna be easy. But we'll watch this man as he's making some noise mid-street. Does Juice hear him as he's just staring at Ridge? If he steps on A, it'll add some pressure on the Gerbs as he's running up Ridge. We'll show B top B again. He is not, but he gets killed from 808 on rocks. It looks like.
Much better round from Strafe there. They were in a bad position early in the start, but they just came back and kind of just strong-armed them in B. And this match is going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen.
So for those who do not know,
the whole way.
I'm sure Vapor can describe the overtime rules to everybody in the chat.
So basically, the way overtime works is you start on the side you started the match on, and you get 3 rounds on that side, and you get 3 rounds on the other side. So it's basically the same as a normal match would go, except it's shrunk down into a best of 6. So all you have to do is win 4 of the 6 rounds, and you'll take home the victory.
All right, as we're moving on to overtime, as they are pausing to look at the OT rules themselves, I'm sure it'll be a minute or two before we start. What a game so far. As after this, make sure to check out Boof versus Chiefs, which will be streamed on the DGL channel as we are pushing our time, but we will definitely finish this game as we have a hell of a match here.
The Boof versus Chiefs match will be played as soon as this stream is over.
As we will send the host over to the DGL server, make sure to go watch over there as Link will be doing the casting. So we should have a fun match on our end. It looks like Strafe is just missing 1 player. Looks like they are down 808, who might be in the server, which he is. Just might be taking a little break here as he is loaded in now. We should be lower. And then, like Faber said, we are first of 4, best of 6 for this match for week 6 between Strafe and ASAP.
I I guess neither of these teams have played no team match because none of them know the rules.
So both teams going over the rulebook and make sure they know what's going on and make sure there is no funny business and seeing who goes where. I believe they switch sides though starting OT. Is that correct? Or how do we know which side they start? Or maybe it goes
They start on the side that they started the map on.
Okay. This looks like we are almost ready. As a true sergeant, straightening it out in chat, saying first to 4, 3-round halves.
Why are they not live yet? We gotta go, man.
I'm not quite sure either, as we should be starting here any second. Keeping the momentum going. It's always interesting when you take pause breaks. In sports and esports, people lose momentum, people change stuff up. People sometimes take tactical timeouts. So this should be interesting. Maybe the game will stay close. Maybe it will be a landslide. We will have to see. As for now, we're going to fly around, see if we can get through B without touching any of the walls. Not the easiest thing, but we'll try as we have a couple minutes here. Making it through the windows, coming up main, going into kitchen.
I just got it confirmed here that this is a potty break.
This is a potty break we have out.
Yeah,
interesting. Relieving some of the tension as we go on to overtime. Hopefully it will help their aim and their decision making. As we are flawlessly flying through B right now. Some of our best work, I must say. If only I could open doors, but we'll just hop right in there. As we are lower, so we are now live in overtime. Teams Strafe and ASAP. Or we are almost lower. There should be an admin in the game to lure it. I believe so. If not, we will. We'll wait for the teams to do it, so we are not pressuring anybody.
Well, it needs to be done in the next 40 seconds or the round's gonna end.
It is. So if it comes down to the last 5, we will just go ahead and lower it for them. Or... Alright, we will just lower for them as they both type lower, as we are now live. Overtime,
here
boys.
Here we go, the start of OT. Strafe back on the security side where they started. ASAP starting on Insurgents. If one of these teams wins 3 rounds, all they have to do is win 1 after the sides flip.
So let's see if they keep their setups here. See if Strafe has that support mid and does not send the guy wide. Hopefully they can recognize that that was working. As Juice from the start, looks like he might be going wide. 808 going wide as well. So this, what is the setup that caused them troubles? Let's see if Strafe can work for them. Thanks for getting it early. Rampage Search frags himself, even though Frag does get the, or Cloud does get the kill. So we're in a 4v4 Rampage. Going down to his old grenade, not the best thing for them. As Nature is losing, is seen. Standing on the corner, might go down to mid-stairs, which he does. Juicebox has to be quicker.
Strafe went back to their old setup of just spread out across the map, not helping their teammates. Juicebox needs to run to C.
Anyway, here's the guy pushing him. Does lose the gunfight to FNS. As Shell hanging around. Looks like Shell is going to try to give him cover on C once he steps on. So not the worst communication here. If Shell can provide support, he will be able to get C. But he's got to get on it, which he does, and he does his gapping now. FNS does sneak past Shell. No, it does not. Does get picked. Shell providing great support from Ridge. Does get the double kill.
There's one right below him. He doesn't know it.
Rampage is live, and Juicebox might get fragged. There's Juicebox survives the nade.
Shell getting another. This is now a 2v2.
Juicebox gets the kill. Shell's got to be calm. Does get killed from Cloud though.
This is fine though.
Yeah, Juice will get the
All
cap.
Juicebox has to do is stay alive.
What a round! What a retake from.
Cloud had a Molotov, but he just elected to go to A instead of throw it.
So Cloud now in a 1v5. Does he go for spawns instead of getting A? Does get this pick though. He will be called out with a shotgun though. Does it have the range? I don't know if it does. as he whips the first 3 shots, does go to the stairs on A, getting on right away. They have to rotate to B. They're not communicating. Dankster does take the initiative. It's Cloud holding the door.
808 looking to get a cheeky kill on A here, while the Strafe should just set up for spawn traps.
Good point. They should. Cloud
good
does get the Molotov on the stairs. Can 808 creep up? Or will he decide just to play it safe? As he's more than likely going to get the cap. They are doubling B. Juicebox in position to spawn cap. 808 pulling away. Cloud does get the gunfight onto him.
Oh no, they don't need to get off of B. The time's running out, so that's actually very good from Strafe. They just have to keep him off C now for the next 5 seconds.
As long as Juicebox sits here and gets spawn cap, they should have the run regardless, like you just said. As they do. What a retake round from Strafe.
Shell being super patient there saved them, but that was a pretty shaky round from Strafe. That's not something they should be very happy with there. They should be happy that they won it, but not happy with their initial setup.
Props to Shell though, even though they lost B, communicating that if he steps on C, he can give support. As I believe you saw Shell get a few kills from that rich spot. So if Rampage Surge can avoid nading himself from the start, he will be an asset to his team. So we'll go ahead and watch Rampage. No pressure on him. As it looks like he does have the first spawn on his team, so he might have the easy rush in. As long as there's no shoulder bumping on this rush here. As he does cut into first here. But does go Main Street actually, as you see him actually was a C player from the start of the game. Does frag mid street as Shell will be able to avoid it from Ridge as they are already getting on B. Dankster already capping, does avoid the guy top B as he does call him out. Salsa picking up True Sergeant from chair on B as he was flanking the kitchen. And Cloud on top B needs to get on her support. As Gerb's wrapping Skinny, Dankster in office, staring there on her Skinny. Does get the frag on the Cloud. We're in a 5v2 now. As Gerbs creeps up Skinny and Rampage pushing mid-street. Can Shell find him?
Strafe may have made a mistake catching 5 players up there, but it looks like the nade that kill from Shell might save him.
Getting the frag as Rampage either goes A or B, decides to go to B. It's going to be harder, but does get the frag on the Salsa. He's called out. Juicebox on C. 808 has to play slow here because they are capping C. Or he does at stalemate, buying his team time. Is Rampage sitting in office? If 808 can be quiet, let's see if Rampage hears him coming upstairs, doesn't see him. Tries a quick peek mid as 808
get in here.
Does get in, holding the stale, following the time. Rampage has to make the move here, knows he's in kitchen, does get fragged by 808 with the flanker class, showing viability from 808.
Yeah, this is looking a lot better from Strafe on this half. They're still not playing the best setup they possibly could, I think, but they are actually being more proactive with their movements. So they are able to help their teammates and get those last-second rotation kills that they've been looking for this whole time. ASAP needs to adjust now. They're winning B a lot, but they're just overreacting afterwards, it seems like.
Agreed. So we're going to take a look onto our top fragger from the match before overtime, FNS, seeing if he can help out his team, which is needed.
This is the side that he dropped 20 kills on.
So we know he's powerful, as is the nade in his hand, going for the early rush nade, and then rotating back to ours to try to pick out a main. Cloud getting the frag on the Dankster, so their early B rush player does go down. Salsa does rotate in though, so they will have to stay on the B, as they have 2 guys wide. Salsa in a 1v5 almost if 808 cannot provide support. Salsa stale on B. Needs to stay alive, allowing Juice to get there as FNS does rotate for the juice box call out. 808 trying to provide support out of kitchen. Salsa still stale though. If he keeps looking at Skinny, he will eventually get the kill. As there is a player coming up Skinny. As we now have X-rays on. Sorry for so late on that. As he looks at the frag onto Cloud. 808 getting the frag on the Gerbs. Salsa going down as Rampage Surge. Juicebox not on C it. Looks like might not have that option.
The C player knows he's there. They got into an interaction earlier in the round. It's gonna sit and wait.
Shell does go down to Rampage. Misses the frag. Juicebox does get the kill though. Gets a frag kill on FNS. So Juicebox looks like he's in his power position again. On to C. This man has done work. Can he save the game for his team as they are all spawning? Can he avoid the early nades, though? As they tell us True Sergeant to go to A, Rampage. Looks like he's going to take the fight onto C. Juicebox does hear him, though. Rampage does not have a nade. Big corner battle. Juicebox gained a pick on a Rampage.
That was a crazy jump from Juicebox there.
Oh, he's got to get back up to the cap. So he does realize he's stale. Can't see through the smoke. Oh, does get picked by Cloud. Coming up that other side of the stairs.
ASAP with the good adjustment there. Getting that B control, abusing the fact that Strafe is playing in those outskirts of the map again. Not letting those flanks be too effective.
So we have hit halftime. As we'll see the switch come out. As we are 2-1 in favor of Strafe. As a reminder, we are first to 4 in overtime.
Strafe here is on the stronger side, so even though they went 5-5 on both sides last time, hopefully Strafe is looking to just try to get 2 rounds here, and maybe shorten the process. They're looking to just trade rounds back and forth. The advantage goes to them in that situation.
It's also trying to throw this grenade, taking some shots though from Ridge as he's in position to provide support onto Skinny, hopping in the kitchen now as he has the stalemate.
Dick's in a pretty good spot here.
Did see the guy run to office though, as they're gonna hold the stale for a while. Juicebox trying to get the pick on the Ridge, not the easiest shot from where he is. Shellshot getting the frag on FNS, Rampage getting the refrag on the Dankster. Shellshot toppy, Shell, Juicebox still trying to get that Ridge player. As Salsa is tapping now. Back to a stale though. Does get the frag on the Rampage as he gerbs in a 1v3 around B. 1v2 on. Does lose the fight to Salsa. Cloud has to get a beat, but Juicebox is sitting in a spot to support B, but Cloud is coming up the opposite side of the stairs, so he will get on. Hopefully they can send a man to A if they communicate properly, as Cloud has stepped on C. Shell is going to go to A, so they have communicating right.
Juicebox going for a C nade here.
Can Juicebox?
Like he's got a lot. Oh, he misses the nade.
Misses the trajectory on that nade, as well he might be able to get on the stale.
Run through the fire.
As he does.
Run through the fire.
It's the first shot.
Yeah.
Juicebox getting the SVD kill on a Cloud. The shotgun, despite being a strong weapon, if you miss that first shot, it is hard to recover.
And now Strafe has their first chance on match point. After 24 rounds, they get their first chance on match point here.
So we come down to, like Faber said, match point. Tensions are high. 3-1 in favor of Strafe. Juicebox showing the prone patience, actually working on that C capture, having faith in his team to win B, forcing the guy to run to C for the recap. As this could potentially be the final round out of Strafe. Can they keep calm, throw the right nades, and win? We're going to watch Rampage, actually, as you know, he's been their early B player after they rotated up. But he does decide to hang out on Ridge. But the late nade can be deadly. As he is pushing Ridge onto Skinny. Doesn't get seen from the window as he pushes office. Still doesn't see anybody behind Paul Wall, obviously. As we see the stalemate as they keep the kitchen. Dankster picking up a collateral, I believe, on a True Sergeant and Rampage. Juicebox getting the kill on FNS. If he knows he has a collateral, he will be able to call out. He is right above this player in yellow. Doesn't know, I believe they are. He is hurt out though. He might not see him with that sight. Oh, he does see his gun barrel. Does get the final frag on the Cloud. What a round out of Dankster.
Strafe wins it after 25 rounds. What a match. There's nothing to hang your head about from either team there. They both played hard, and it ended up going the way of Strafe with some really good clutch plays on the security side at the beginning of overtime.
That was an incredible match as we saw the overtime match between Strafe and ASAP. Strafe does come out in victory. I will let the delay run through, and then we will have our match as well. Make sure to go check out
the DGL on Twitch. We will be playing our match, Booth Game versus Chief, here now any minute.